Welcome, man.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Appreciate you. Made it.
Love.
Tychon, we made it out the chat. It's been a long time coming, you know. Homie was talking about it, Tychon. Introduce yourself. Oh, first of all, welcome to He's a Guy podcast, you know. Strictly, you know, just getting to men's mental health and just having a conversation with men, you know what I mean? Whatever we roll into, different topics every week. So let's go around the room and start introducing ourselves. Co-host Tychon.
What's up? You guys already know. It's your boy Tychon. I'm here big on the mental health thing, mental health advocate. But we want to make the conversation just a real one. We just talk about it with the guys. So I'm really happy that we finally did this because, like, we've been talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and I thought I had to do everything alone. Men do that sometimes, you know, where we feel like we got to put the whole weight of the world on our shoulders and do it alone. But I'm glad I'm just here with you guys, man. And we're doing it, having the conversations and leveling up as men. Like, I feel like since I started talking about mental health and doing some stuff in the space, like, I just see so much growth within me and then within all you guys too. So this is big.
And today we have some, I don't know if I introduce myself. I'm Steph, you know, other co-host, of course. We have some guests with you for you guys today.
Are you starting with me? Terrell. Some people call me Jimmy. You want more than that?
Nah, we're gonna get into the gym.
Yeah.
And to my right,
Dion. Just happy to be here, guys. Just happy to be here.
love the modest. Okay, so real quick, just going around the room, what does friend mean to you? The word friend. Topic today is friendship. So, you know, starting to my right here, Dion.
Want me to start? I think a few things determine a friend for me. Say reliability, consistency, and just I want to say experiences. Kind of just going through things, going through life. Obviously, life's hard, life's challenges. Just people that are there for you.
Okay. So,
Well, it's pretty broad, but I would say loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty's big. Having somebody also to have your back.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily just to have your back when things are good,
Mm-hmm.
when things are bad as well.
Of course.
You know, you guys could also always come to an understanding. And then depends on what kind of friend you have, right? Because your question, it varies. It gets
broad. That's broad for sure.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm just gonna go with. Just loyalty and somebody to have your back.
Cool. Tychon?
I'll say there's levels to it, obviously, kind of like what Terrell was saying, but it's really about somebody that you pour into who pours back into you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And to me, like, a friend gives and a friend takes. But there's a medium between that. If you're the one always giving or someone's always the one taking, to me, that's not a friendship. So it's really about, and it doesn't have to be a perfect balance where you're counting favors, but it's really just about, like, someone that shows you love and that you show love to back and that it makes sense to both of you.
Okay.
What about you? What do you feel? What's
friendship to me?
Yeah.
Funny enough, the other night, me and Tychon were talking about just how I am with friends and how I guess I am as a person. So I even started with myself. I'm very, very low maintenance as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is the last time I saw you guys for a couple months, next time I come back, I wouldn't take it any personal. I would hope you guys wouldn't do the same. I'd like to pick up where we left off. Type of low maintenance, you know.
That's how it gets when you're older.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what Tychon was letting me know was like, yo, sometimes you have to pour back into your friends, right? And you have to, because you never know when somebody's going through something, and especially us as men, you know, we like to shoulder a lot of things. You know what I mean? We never know, especially kind of rolls into our next question, but yeah, to me, I guess a friend would be somebody that is there for you, somebody that understands that there's seasons in life.
100%.
That, you know, you may go through things and you don't want to reach out, or you may want to sit in a moment of solitude, but won't let that solitude last forever.
Mhm.
They'll check in on you, and then vice versa. You have to make sure as a responsibility on yourself to do the same. So that's all a part of friendship to me. Obviously, the loyalty part, but um, yeah, man. I mean, it's a tough one. Like you said, it's very vague.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how important do you think it is to know your friends?
You asking me?
Anybody in the room could start. With
What
that.
do you mean by that though?
So knowing your friends, like you say, we could all have friends, right? But let's stick on
I'll steal that one right now.
like not an acquaintance.
No.
We're not calling
Yeah,
a friend
yeah.
an acquaintance.
No,
Like it's somebody you know.
So I have a small circle,
Mhm.
and that small circle, I know all of our tendencies.
Okay.
Right. So, for example, I have a couple of buddies that love shoes. If one of my shoes went missing, I know he took it. If we went in a room and I said, Dion, Tychon, whatever, blah, 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 who took the shoe? And they all said, not me, not me, not me.
You know what?
I know who
pinpoint,
took that.
you know?
I'll give you another example.
Okay, please.
I have a friend that loves to eat.
Right.
If we all left the room and came
As the
back
food
and the
went
chicken was missing,
We know who to attack for.
we don't even gotta ask. We know he took it. Do you get what I'm
Alright,
saying? That's when
okay.
we say you know your friends. I know my friends. My acquaintances, I don't know their tendencies.
You don't care to?
No, because they can switch upon you, right? And you've seen them switch upon you, right? And it not necessarily, it could be the smallest thing. Oh, it wasn't me. This, that. Bro, don't lie to me.
Mhm.
But your friend, you know they're lying because they don't want you to make fun of them,
Right.
right? So that's how I know my friends.
Okay.
I don't know how everybody else knows their friends, but I do.
Okay.
I was going to give you another example,
Shoot.
but I'm not going to because, you know what I'm saying?
Take it.
Well, exactly,
Take it.
because that one right there, when he hears it, he's going to know it's him.
Okay. We'll
He's
take
here.
Nah, I want to hear this one still. You don't hold back. We didn't come here to hold back.
Okay, so don't hold back.
Alright.
I'm not going to hold back now.
Mhm.
For example, it's Tychon. I'm telling you, it's Tychon.
Okay.
I'm calling names. Since
Yeah.
that don't hold back.
Yeah.
We went out.
Right.
And a girl said hi. And Tychon went missing.
You know what's up.
Tychon left with the lady.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy.
But
You gotta let him know that's the old
That's back in the
But
day.
that's
bro.
what I'm saying.
That's
But
the
that's,
old version.
You
I
know
never
the
said knew anything. I said you know your friends.
Okay.
I'm not saying if we went out today and then I went to the bathroom and came back, I'd be like, oh, you're still here?
That's learning new.
But now I know, oh, my
That's the new
dog
guy.
changed.
That's the new guy. Elevated.
You see what I'm saying? He said he leveled up. We leveled up as men.
Right.
Ah, you see?
Mm. No, he makes a good point, but to add to that, we do know our friends sometimes, but to a certain degree. Because I feel like sometimes when our friends are mad at us,
Mhm.
we don't know because they don't say it. You know what I mean? Like they could be holding that in, and you find out, and you're like, "Oh shoot! Like I didn't know you were mad at me."
Can I answer that?
So stop. Wait. 1 second. On to keep you fresh there, right? Do you say you don't know, or are you not looking?
Well, us as men, sometimes we tend to do this thing where you be like, "Yo, you're blessed."
Yeah, but you're not asking.
That
sounds more like a.
That's another vague
That's what
question.
I'm saying. That sounds like a statement.
That's a
You're
good
blessed
point.
because I'm expecting as a man
Hold
you
on.
to respond me.
Hold on.
Okay.
Steph, are we good?
So what if I said no? Are you ready to
unpack that?
to unpack?
100% I would be.
Mm.
But I feel like as men, a lot of times if I say, Steph, are we good? He'd be like, yeah, we're blessed.
100%.
Like that happened to me and Dion. Dion was mad at me, and I remember I asked Dion, I said, yo, we're good? Yeah, we're blessed.
But what if
I
he
didn't-
wasn't ready?
I
Hold on.
didn't
What
say
if
it
you
like
weren't?
that.
What if he wasn't ready to talk at that time?
But he didn't say that. How much?
But
you know that?
you see, but this is the problem right now. As a friend, you should have known. You've known he wasn't.
No, but he did know.
Mm.
Not even trying to be.
No,
I know.
That's he knew
Stand
me
on
as
that.
he knew me as a friend.
Right.
That's why he continuously asked me the question, even though like you said, I wasn't ready to talk
Right.
about it and to fully unpack it at the time. But he knew, and he kept asking to kind of, I guess,
Get it out of you.
ready.
Mhm.
But I think that like you knowing me is a good and a bad thing because it's like it's good because like you said, you know all of our tendencies. You know when we're good, we're happy, we're sad. Like when you were sick, man's are like, where's Terrell? We know something's wrong.
Mhm.
We know your tendency. You know you're at the gym. We know you're with your family. We know you're doing this.
Don't make my life sound too boring. Man, unpack me already.
That's crazy. So he's at home or he's at work.
I didn't even add work.
Imagine.
I didn't even add work in there.
Chill. Put a force in there. You guys can help me.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, okay. So we all can agree to a certain point that you it's important to know your friends.
I don't even know if it's important. It's just, I think if you are friends, like real friends, it's just something that's like natural. Agree?
I agree. There's a vibe that you could just feel.
I disagree.
Really?
But that's good. You see, that's good. So now you're gonna tell us why you disagree.
I don't know. I don't know if I can really explain why. I know I have experiences in just naturally knowing versus being in a situation where that may not be the case. You know what I mean? So of course you're around certain people for a certain amount of years or whatever. You learn about them, you learn different body language, like all that communicative stuff. Even if they don't say it, they're just moving a ways to you, right? Towards you. But for a guy like me, because I'm how do I say this? In terms of a feelings guy, I have a strong poker face, right? So a lot of the times I don't even know if it's something I'm actually mad at until a couple of days or something goes by, right? You know what I'm saying? So I have to be one of those people that's like, yo, I could be mad at something at the moment and be like, I'll check myself. Nah, moving like a bitch. They're moving like a, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's the healthiest, of course. But at the same time, going back into the friendship thing, it's like, you will never know. Because I can move the same way to you. Until I'm sure, I'll move the same way I've always been.
But you might think that, But, like, you know what I mean? Your friends will have a good read on you. You know what I mean? Like, I know when he's mad. I know when he's mad. 100%. Like, they could never tell me no, and I believe
that. Okay.
You know what I mean? So maybe you might think, like not to say that you don't have a good poker face.
Right.
But I feel like the people that are around you constantly would know for sure.
And like you said, what, you take a couple days. Maybe those couple days is to make you cool off, to make you realize if you're really that mad, or if, they really know that you're that mad.
And knowing tendencies. What if they know that's your tendency? Like, you need those couple days.
Cool off.
Because I'll continue speaking to y'all. I'll continue everything. I won't disappear.
But that you have a cooler head. Right. There's a lot of guys that they need that 3-4 days because they will snap.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I have a brother, the really hot head. He'll snap right there. But you give him 2-3 days, he'll come back on a, yo, bro, I don't, this is my feelings. I love you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And time went by and it healed. Sometimes time does not heal.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's why, like you said, Tychon knew something was wrong with Theon, and he kept poking until Theon told him what was wrong. Right? Some people, like you said, they don't care about the relationship, so they won't ask. You get what I'm saying? And that's how you start seeing your friend's tendencies. He doesn't even care. He didn't even ask me. And he knows how I feel.
Is that a friend?
If you're gonna ask me,
yeah.
The type of friend, if me and Steph, no.
I'm saying, is that a friend? If they know that you're upset, they don't care to fix the problem at all.
Okay.
Well, you're assuming that they would know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what Steph's kind of saying is that sometimes we don't know. Because, like, I think sometimes we get into in friendships, this is how I would move if I was you.
And that's my problem. I'll tell you that right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was you, I wouldn't be acting like this.
Yeah.
You're acting like a bitch because I wouldn't act like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not you.
Right.
I actually don't know what you're going through. So it's like, sometimes you have to walk me through that.
Yeah.
Because even the other day, I was visualizing like how one of my friends could have been mad at me over time, but I actually never put myself in his shoes because I was thinking about it from my perspective. Yo, if I talk to the girl that you talk to, if you talk to the girl that I talk to, I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah. But vice versa.
But not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you talked to her back in the day, it wasn't that serious. Like, you're really holding on to this? Whereas with me, if we never were serious, it's not that serious to me.
Yeah.
If you found love with her,
facts.
You guys found love is for you.
Yeah.
So it's like, but that's me. That's not everybody.
Yeah.
So I think we do that a lot of times with our friends. We're like, but if it was me, I wouldn't act like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we think that means knowing our friend, but it's not really knowing our friend. It's knowing ourselves and putting what we would do onto our friend.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
You say you do that too, Fred?
Yeah. I'd be like, yo, listen, I'm allowed to swear on it.
Yeah, brother. Shit,
Like, I'm a real nigga. Real shit. I'm a real. So if I'm a real nigga, I'm like, I'm a real nigga. You should be one.
Right.
'Cause we're that tight.
Do you feel like that's a toxic thing though?
Like I said, it could be. I don't know,
Mm.
right? Because if I'm gonna move different in a situation, and then the situation comes on your end now,
Mhm.
I would expect you to move like how I move.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But like Sean just said, not everybody is built like that. Believe it or not, like we're all cut from a different cloth,
100%.
right? So like some of us are a little more emotional than others. Where I'm not that emotional. I'm only emotional when it comes to certain things.
You know what's funny?
Well, talk to me.
Most of the real niggas that I know are the emotional ones.
I'm telling you, my brother, like, believe it or not, like, we will get into a heated argument.
Right.
And I know him.
Off a principle.
Yes, he needs 2-3 days.
Mhm.
2-3 days, he's called, I love you, bro, this and that. I'm like, nigga, I moved on. I'm good.
See, that's
You know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying? But that's the love I have. I'm not going to hold
100%.
those feelings. It's the same thing as, like, all my dogs. Like, we could be mad right now, whatever the case may be. Sometimes we're just a little bit stubborn. I'm stubborn. I'll tell you guys that right now. Everybody knows that. Don't nothing. But like eventually I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I see as I'm getting older, like Sean said, we're leveling up. When I was younger, I'm not talking to you.
There's no talking to him.
No I'm not talking to you. I'm moving on.
8 months though.
Is there a period of time that is, or is just
brother? You're not hearing? You hear what I said? I'm moving on. But like Sean said, we become grown man. We level up, and I look at my mistakes a lot. I might not talk about it.
Right.
I'll lose sleep on it.
Right.
You know.
Actually,
I tried to block.
Yeah.
Not knowing where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just aimlessly. Yeah.
Exactly. And then be like, fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, my problem right with that is I gotta address it before it gets worse.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
How do you guys as men, how do you think that we move on from this? Like where we kind of like it becomes first nature to like put it into our head that, yo, let me think about how he would think. Cause like we never, like you said, we always like
it's secondary for sure.
Yeah. I would do this. So he should do this. Like how do we put it in our head so we can be better for our friends in terms of like thinking of putting them first, putting yourself in their shoes?
I think that goes back to the ideal of knowing your friends. If you're gonna know them for real, know them, right? Down to not just the surface stuff of what they do, or, oh, I know they're in this area of their life or whatever. Just you gotta know your friends, right? Especially when it comes down to tendencies. If you guys know that, Terrell is a person that is, or even leveled up from that, for example. But just even going back to that, just gotta, we're not talking. Now you gotta do your due diligence on making sure that he's. It doesn't matter if he doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
you have to make sure that he hears you.
And I know we know each other long enough, so we know each other's. Like, we kind of know our thought process. But I mean, we're growing up, so it's like,
and we're still
everything's changing,
and we're still changing, right? And I think a big part of what you're saying is just like listening to your friend, right? Like even like when I listen to you speak, I know something that's very important to you is your family.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So like when you speak, you'd be like, "Yo, can you believe this person never checked for my son, or never checked for my, never checked for like."
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We gotta cut that. Don't look over here.
No, remember.
Hold on.
Run that back.
That's fine. It's fine. There's edits. There's edits. Go ahead. Continue. Let it flow. Let it flow.
Yeah, flow back in, big dog.
I forgot we could cut it.
It's okay. Let it flow, fam. Let it flow.
No, even when it comes to like our relationship, like when I listen to you speak, you talk about, what's important to you. And you'd be like, yo, can you believe this person never checked for my son? So when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, okay, checking for Theon's sons is important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, we have to see that.
It's like note-taking on each other.
Yeah, right? Even like, sometimes I talk to Freck. Freck is very much
Who's that?
Terrell.
Oh.
Jimmy. The one with the freckles.
I said that. We're about to go.
No, but because no. I said Terrell, Jimmy.
Right.
And now this man's just exposing man. Well, go by Freck. Go, continue.
I can't say Freck.
I mean, it's not.
No, you can. You can. It's not.
Right there.
Continue, Fruity. My bad.
Yeah, even when you talk to Terrell will be like, yo, can you believe I did this for somebody? And I asked him for one thing and he can't even do it for me?
Yeah.
So Terrell's very much if you ask him to show up for you,
make sure
he's gonna show up for you. But if he asks you for something, he doesn't ask for much.
I was about to say, I don't ask for much.
He doesn't ask for much. So you got to show up. It could be toxic in some ways because the man could say, yo.
And I told you that. Remember, I admitted it.
You said maybe. I don't know. No, but okay, so to that point, Tychon, do you feel like to a degree, how do I want to word this now? Okay, so for example, you showing up, do you feel like that's counting favors?
I wouldn't say it's counting favors. Like, I feel like friendship is not about counting favors. It's about an energy.
Right.
Right? It's about, does this person have me in the way that I have them? But not in a way where it's like 1 versus 6 or 7 versus 2. Because it's just sometimes the nature of the friendship is I might ask you for more because I need more from you in a certain area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The example I was giving to you guys the other day is I felt guilty asking you guys to come to my panels, come to my events, come to these things because you guys are not doing those same things.
Right.
So it's like I'm asking you to show up for me all the time,
right.
but you don't have those same things for me to show up to.
Right.
But I'll stop you there. Maybe not in like that same regard.
So I was gonna get to that. I was actually gonna get to that, but I was saying there's different ways I can show up for you. But there's no way we could ever measure that 1-to-1.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like Theon could come to my panel sometimes, but then I also could pull up to his crib and spend time with him and his family.
Showing up.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me showing up maybe on his end, but him showing up for me on mine is something completely different.
Not really. Because if you look at, like, that's what you got going on. Family, man. You showed up to the family event. For my family, you showed up. You threw up their Thanksgiving dinner. The same thing. You might just hold it at a higher regard because it's an actual event, but we hold it as that's our event.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's not 6-1, 1-6, or how you value it or however you look at it. It's pretty much the same thing in our eyes. Like, you know, like you showed up for our family, we can show up for you. That's all it comes down to.
I think it's about balance. Like, you know, if somebody's not pouring into you the same way, like I could go to 8 of his events and he comes to like check me one time. I'm not looking at it like, all right, he owes me now. He owes me 7. But I know that in return, if I'm like, yo, okay, I got this going on, whatever, I know.
He'll make it consider that.
Yeah, no questions asked. He's gonna be there.
Okay, so cool. That rolls into my kind of next question in a sense. How do you approach a one-sided friendship?
That's a good question. I'll make one of these guys start while I can think about that.
I'll go right here.
How do you approach it? I think you address it, right? You just address that because one-sided friendship has like this feeling of, and sometimes the thing that's interesting about one-sided friendship too is that it could look one-sided on your end, but it also could feel one-sided to the other person too.
So, sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to kind of give a context to that question as well. Now, we know what the right thing to do is, and that's address it. But let's talk, you know what I'm saying? As urban men, black men, right? We know that we do a lot of
really addressing it.
Cut off.
Yeah.
Oh, this person not mess with us like we thought? Dash that to the side. Whatever relationships however we deal with relationships, right? So I know how the proper way it would be, right? But I'm saying we deal with these people all the time, right? Where, like you said just now, right? That's what made me think of that. What you said just now is like different perspectives, you know what I mean, will lead you down a path that how could you not see it my way, right?
Honestly, like when you speak about that, it's interesting. You said like as black men, you think like we just cut it off. And for me, there's one friend in particular that I was in a one-sided friendship with for years. And I didn't cut it off because I was almost delusional to it. Like I was ignoring it. I was trying to pretend it doesn't. I was just kind of saying like I was resentful, but I stayed in it. You know what I mean? Like I just felt like I was paying for stuff. I was reaching out. I was trying to help this person.
But it bothered you at the time.
It bothered me, but it was like, nah, like our energy is good. Our vibe is amazing.
It's my dog.
That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all that stuff doesn't matter. That's my dog. But as time goes on and on and on, it's like, you know, deep down in your soul when something's off and something's wrong with the friendship. But I just kept on pushing through. It's like a toxic, even romantic relationship.
100%.
It's like someone's just dealing with you dirty, but you just stick in it. And that's what I did for a really long time. So it wasn't even like I was like, yo, I'm done. I was more so like, because sometimes you have so much love for somebody it's hard to just
Ignorance,
it's hard to just cut them off. Like that's somebody you've known for years and like you've been through stuff together. It's very hard to just be like, yo, I'm done with you. Right? So for me, it's like, well, sometimes we just sweep it under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist and resent them on the low. And that's what I did for a long time. I was mad about it. I talked to my other friends about it. I'd be like, can you believe this?
But like we always do that though, and that's what I'm getting to. What's the healthy? I understand the healthy choice, but we always kind of fall back into those tendencies.
I find it's a hard topic. Like I feel like I've done both, where I've like had the tough conversation, and kind of just like sometimes I feel like it just weeds itself out too. Like obviously the right thing to do is have the conversation, but like for instance, I feel like over time, like the communication kind of slows down and
like it waited out in a sense.
Almost like I feel like you were still pouring into it, but I feel like naturally we kind of just, for me at least, I kind of just push those kind of relationships out sometimes if it's one-sided and I feel like you don't have me the way I have you. And another situation, like I kind of addressed it and then it was like left in the air. Like, oh yeah, I'll get back to this. And it never came back to me. So like even for me, I don't even know the right way to do it. Because I tried both and it's like neither one. I know like just slowly weeding people out is not healthy. But then I tried to go the healthy route and nothing came of it. You know what I mean?
What was the healthy route?
Like addressing the matter and like bringing it up and trying to talk about it. But like I said, it was like kind of like, I'll get back to you. We'll talk about this another time.
So they're pushing you to the side.
Literally, that's what it was. They kind of weeded me out because in my head, I'm like, all right, I took the first step. You know what I mean? I put my pride aside and I tried to address the issue. I'm not going back to talk about it again, right? But never came back. So now it's just.
So how did everybody feel about that? So I'll start with you again after that. But you give it the one shot, put your pride aside. Is the wall back up after that, or do you care to try it again? Like, what would be your method in that?
That's a great question, though, just to echo that, because we do this thing where it's like we tried once,
yeah,
didn't work. All right, try it.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's done.
Yeah, but then at that point, do you value the friendship?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like my love for those people is still there. The communication will never cut off. Like if you called me tomorrow and said, "Hey, let's actually dive into that conversation that you had with me, or you tried to start with me," I'm not gonna ever turn it down. I'll still have the conversation. I won't be like resentful, be like, so much months or whatever days has passed, I'm not having the conversation. I'll still do it.
Right.
But yeah. I don't know.
What was the question?
So essentially, no, I got you. So essentially, just piggybacking off of Theon's last thought, is one chance putting your pride aside, the end all be all for you until that person reaches back out. Not to say that you're cutting the friendship off, but you doing that first step to put your pride aside, ask that for the rekindling portion of your whatever problem you have, or is there more?
I'm a very prideful person.
Oh, you mentioned
right? Yeah, no. And if I put my pride aside, you should know it means a lot when I'm coming to you, having a conversation or whatever the case may be. You guys were saying weeding out friends and all that stuff. My circle is short. That we're friends. It's either you die or I die.
We're locked in.
We're friends.
Yeah.
That's it. Acquaintances, like I told you from the jump, I don't care for them. We talk, whatever it is, what it is. But my circle is short. If I know I messed up with the circle that I have, I'll reach out eventually. I'm getting better at it, but I'll reach out. We'll have a conversation. We'll do what we do.
We'll give him that he is.
Right? But the people that I have as my friends, I care for them. So if I care for you, I'm going to do what I can to make the relationship better. Do whatever I got to do.
So there's no limit for you?
For the circle that I have,
no.
That's it. Like
Friends,
I said, you die, I die. That's it. Or I die. You go first. I'll be at your funeral. You know what I mean? But that's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how else to put that.
Okay. Tychon?
I think, kind of piggybacking off what Terrell said, is like, I don't think there's a limit to how far we could go to try.
Did you always feel that way?
No. But like, I gotta think about it. It's like, there's a lot of other things we would go so hard for in life Like if there's like a job I really wanted,
You're checking back every day.
like I be keep checking and be reaching out. Like someone said, "Yo, I have a link for you."
You never see the sign.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, if somebody tells me they have a link for me,
Yeah.
and I really want the thing,
So
I'm gonna hit them up till they tell me leave me alone.
You're there.
Because you told me.
For sure.
You told me you had a link for me. So it's like when it comes to our friendship, you told me we were friends. So until you tell me that's not what it is, or we come to an agreement on how we're moving forward, I feel like I'm gonna try. Because that's so I can leave it in my heart being like I did everything I could. But there's this pride thing we have within us when it comes to friends sometimes, where it's like, yo, I reached out to them once, they didn't hit me back, I'm done trying. But it's like, there's sometimes where I feel like we would never do that in a romantic relationship.
Shit.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? We would never do that to a woman we were talking to. Try one time and say, yo, I'm done with you forever.
For sure.
Never. So it's like, how are we gonna treat our friend like that? Probably somebody who we've known for years. From sandbox times or from teenage years, that's how we're really treating our people. To me, it's like, that's not right. We gotta give it our all. And it hurts sometimes. Putting your pride and ego aside sucks.
So I'm completely opposite from all you guys. Because I'm not a low maintenance guy.
I was about to tell you, you're low maintenance. So.
I feel like if you cross me, you must have done a lot to cross me. Because I'm low maintenance, right? So I feel like a lot of things don't get to me, right?
But when it does.
But boy, when it does,
Yeah.
For lack of better terms, it touches me, dog. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those, like, I really feel.
Brother, I feel you looking at me like that. You feel, I get it, bro.
So I just feel like even when that happens, cool. You have your perspective. I have my perspective. I will reach out to you and I'm going to pour the heart out. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable with my friends. But after that one, boy, I'm falling back. Because I feel like if it's not reciprocated at some point, I did all of this. Now, I feel it's genuine. Now, to somebody else, it may not be, or they're just not ready, whatever the case is. But I know I'm not healthy in that sense, but only because, and it won't take me long, right? Like I said, I've gotten better with it in terms of how long it may take me or whatever, and I continue speaking to somebody, but I'll bring it up. You know what I mean? It won't that you won't have to drag something out of me. But at the same time, it's like, bro, when I do express it, hear me good, because it's probably the last one I'm gonna talk. Like I have actually an example. I have a friend, you know, if he hears this, I hope he knows I care. Still love him. Sandbox, like I said. But like Tychon said, but he'd be mad at me because of his situation and what my situation, they're just different, right? He ends up having a child, loves his child, probably the best father I ever met upon in my life, you know? Especially from how early on it was. But it's like, I'd be going on trips, and I go on trips pretty often, you know? I do different things, go out, this, that, and the third. And a lot of the times, because I'm low maintenance, there are things that I get invited to, not so much me doing the planning and inviting.
Yeah.
So when you see it on socials or whatever, things would be dressed up as if, you know, it doesn't really matter who invited who, but Steph's there and I'm kind of not. And it wouldn't be a jealousy thing. It's kind of just like, yo, I would never really reach out to bring him into these circles where he may be open to be involved. And unfortunately, just over time, he expressed it. It was like, yo, how come you never hit me up to do this, that, and the third? How come you never invite me on these trips? I'm like, yo, bro, our situations are different. But that was my perspective. And I'm assuming now that he wouldn't be available, right?
So with that conversation that you guys had, was like there ever like an attempt to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to Jamaica. You down to roll?
So after said thing, he was kind of like, yo, maybe we're not those type of friends anymore. So
he went there,
right? You know what I'm saying? Right off the rip.
That's crazy.
So hear me now. I said, brother, I don't know what you're talking. I'm in Jamaica at this point. This is in May.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm in Jamaica. I'm like, oh man, come on, like what are you talking about? Stop your guys. I go by my day I'm only here for like 3 more days. I'm not about to be stressing something at home, right? So now I get home now. Yo, that's another thing. That's a different. That's the whole topic.
I'm about to have it. Don't talk about it. Just do it.
So yeah, bro. I get home. I try reaching out to the man. Long joint, paragraph, cool. Reach out, pour my heart out. Say, yo, fam, I love you.
Saying you're blocked.
I'm not even on block. I know he read it.
The red thing popped up,
brother. I know he read it.
No,
I know he read it because he's not that type of person to be like, oh, I'm gonna skip over this. You see what I'm saying? Even if he did, it's been however many months since. I was like, yo, we still have each other on social. Nobody's blocked. I don't do that type of stuff.
I don't
You
either.
know, I don't block. I don't do that. So the door is always open back on my side. But I feel like I've reached out. I've done all that. But it hasn't even come to a point where now I've gone on so many other trips for the rest of the year now where I could be like, yo, slide.
Well, speaking from a perspective of the person as a like child and whatever the case is, maybe it wasn't just the trips, like you going out on a day-to-day basis. You know, sometimes you need that moment to unpack with your dogs.
Facts.
Right? You need to go out with love and not just being home and work. You know, that stuff gets stressful. You need to just unwind and be you.
Right.
So maybe that's what he wanted, not necessarily the trips. And like, even going back to what I was saying before, I think that like just listening to what you were saying, like I have to go back and I guess swallow my pride again sometimes and just be like, all right, cool. You know what? Hey, I know I did reach out before, but I do want to.
I value this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I value this. I want to get back to this conversation if you have a moment, whatever. So maybe he's waiting for a next message.
Maybe.
And it's just what you got to do. I was growing up sometimes, bro.
So I'm just gonna go back. So he told you how he felt. You heard him, and you got back and you tried to reach out. I'm just gathering your story,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And he didn't respond to you.
No.
And then you left it alone.
To this day, yeah, I reached out the one time.
To this day.
And that was it.
That's it.
That was it. That goes back to what Tychon was saying. You blessed?
I don't think so, though.
Hold on.
Tell me why.
No matter how long your paragraph was,
right?
It was
essentially
it was a you
saying.
blessed?
Yeah. Why?
Because you didn't make the effort to actually go see the person, did you?
No.
You see, maybe like you said, he has a kid, he's tied up. You know, I'm just giving excuses.
No, for sure,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, if you actually value the friendship more than that paragraph, maybe try to get him on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Invite him out. That's what he probably wants. Like Theon was saying, like to just unwind. You know, and like people, believe it or not, our friends. I don't believe friends should do this, but we do. We compare, and we get a little jealous.
Compare friend to friend.
Yes. And
boy.
And the reason why I say that is because you guys probably went to school together, like you said, sandbox, da 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 da. Life does this. You go in different directions, right? He's seeing you party, probably have a nice dinner.
Ray and nephew.
Ray and nephew.
Yo, I miss
Shout
you,
out to Ray and nephew. Tell it again.
Because in Toronto right now we have a drought. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys care. Let me tell you right now. Bring it back.
Talk up, brother.
It's all I drink and it's gone. Hey, sorry.
Right, and then he probably seeing all these things, and now he reaches out. You're in Jamaica. If I say, "Oh, fuck this guy,"
no, it's fact.
But you see what I'm saying?
You're not wrong.
Like, and it's not like you did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do anything wrong. I promise you didn't. It's just that your lifestyle is not aligning with his anymore, and he's still trying to hold on to you, right? But you're still moving and grooving and doing what you do while he has to sit down. He just probably wants you to come check for him a little bit more, invite him once or twice out. He probably can't go on vacation, right?
As much as
exactly. You know what I mean? He probably can't go, and believe it or not, that is probably eating him. You know, I'm not gonna say he regrets his child. You know, but at the same time, he has to take a step. Yeah, he has to take a step back, and then he's watching. Like, it's a conversation that me and Tychon had where I was telling Tychon, people don't see how hard you work, right? They always see
the results of
exactly, right? They don't see the late nights when I call Tychon's editing, Tychon's doing all his work and this, that, and the third, and then he's up in the morning at the gym, and then having to do editing and writing and doing all that stuff again. But they see him in Bali, they see him in Jamaica, like your boy's probably seeing you. Right? And they're probably saying, yo, this guy can travel all the time. I don't want to be his friend anymore, you know? And like things like that. It's just, it bugs them. Right? But if you show them, yo, I was working as hard as I did, I needed to unwind. That's why I'm in Jamaica. He'll probably understand, oh, my bad, Steph. I didn't even know you're going that hard too, brother. And I'm telling you, believe it or not, people do not see that. They don't see it. They see the final result. Right? Because if you even look at all these rappers, we never heard about them until they probably went mainstream. Right? Like, if you go back and we see like little baby videos, you're like, that's little baby.
Literally.
Right? But then when you see him now, you see all the chain shining and all that. They see the final result. right? Because I think somebody was talking to me about it, like Drake, for example. They're like, oh, he was an underground rapper for this long, this, that, this. I'm like, Drake? I never heard of Drake in my life. Right? But then you see how big Drake is? Like, and that's what everybody sees, and that's what they want to be. So when they see the final result, he's seeing you party, drink, whatever you're doing, your Ray and nephew, whatever. And he's, I hate to say, he's a little jealous, but it is what it is, right?
You got to think about it. Like, people, we build up narratives about people's lives based on what we see, right? And he's not seeing you regularly, so then he's seeing you in a different light, and that light might be social media or on your Snapchat or whatever you're on. And it's like, I've experienced, like, kind of like Terrell was saying, like, I experienced that myself. I called my aunt the other day, and she was like, "Oh, you have time to call me?"
Live nice.
And I thought you're traveling the world and you have restaurants and this. And this is not the first time I heard this in my family.
It's backhanded.
You know what I mean? Easter last year, nobody invited me nowhere. Oh, you have time to come to a family dinner? We thought you were. So it's like everybody thinks you're good because of what they see. Then they create a narrative in their head, and you make it sound like you pretty much said, I'm a low maintenance friend. So in your head, I don't really check. I'm not going to check in on you all the time because I know we're good. But on your end, we're good. But they might need something different.
Yeah.
And that's something we don't consider that sometimes. I used to be the same way. So, yo, I'll holler at you. If I don't holler at you for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, I'm thinking we're exactly where we left off.
Why would we not be, right?
But it's like, you've been watching me do this, and this. You could feel some type of way. I wouldn't even know because I was just living my life. I thought you were just living yours, but you created a narrative, and I was never even checking in with you. So you're like, is this person even my friend? So it's like, it's those type of things. So it's like that one check-in. I don't know if it's a friendship you really value and you really want to keep going. I would say, like, at least hear it out.
Yeah, set up a dinner and say, brother, like, you know, like you said, sandbox. I love you, and I want us to like have a dinner and talk about this.
So is there ever an end to a friendship for you guys, or is it?
Of course.
Is there?
Of course.
Oh, you want me?
No, I'm asking.
John's over here breathing heavy, so clearly he thinks differently.
The only reason why I asked that is because we could say there's an end, but is there an actual end, or is there always a slight open?
Do you mean a pause?
If, maybe what do you call it? But I'm saying, just could there always be an opening for a rekindle?
I can't think of a situation I have where the door is completely closed. Like, I have situations where it's like we need to step back from each other. But any door that I feel like that's completely closed in my life, we were never really friends. Like, the only closed doors that I really have are like these weird situationships where we were dating, but you were dating me, but I was your friend, and then we were friends, but we weren't really friends. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about with your male friendships.
Male friendships?
Is there an end? We're done? Or is this a, yo, it's cool out?
I can't speak on it for my life, per se, but I think there are things that could, like, end a friendship.
You don't have a done?
I don't have a done.
I've done, brother.
Bare done.
I've done.
Talk about it.
Sound like you have a lot of done.
So the thing is, right? Like I said, I told you guys.
Talk about it.
I told you guys. I just feel like there's certain things that, like, again, there's things that you have to stand on as
a man,
even just as a man, just a human. There's just morals and things you have to stand on, right? Where it's like, you know what I mean? People take you for a fool.
It's a fact.
You can only address it however many times. If they still want to play that role, then you know what I mean. So, like, why do I have to now open that door, keep that door open for the rekindle? Say, yo, bro, you chose up. That's fine.
So I have a question. So when you say, can a friendship be done? Like, if we're not the same, does that count as, like,
you
being
are on
done?
your path, yeah, like this, and there's no, like,
but like, say me and you argue, but we kind of, like, we figure it out, but it just won't be like how it was before. Like, we kind of hold each other at arm's length. Does that count as done to you, or does that?
That's a good question.
Tell me that you answer that yourself.
I don't know. I know. That's why I would, like. That's I'm thinking. I'm trying to ask you guys because I don't know. Does that count as done?
Is the friendship not the same?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The friendship's not the same.
Friendship's done low key. You guys just don't want to let go. That's like holding on to a relationship with a girl. Like, you know, you guys still
he's being real, fam.
Yeah,
He's real.
The friendship's done. You know what I'm saying? You guys.
What are you keeping it there?
I don't agree.
That's my point. Like, Tychon, go. Because
to me, I'm just saying, like, could it just not enter a different phase where we're not as
We're out of
close?
phase.
Okay, let me give you an example. I had some when I was living in Edmonton. I had some brethren. They're my dogs. We chill every weekend, talk all the time. Now that I live here, it's not like that no more.
It's situational.
Is the friendship done?
No, it's situational.
It was that. No, it was we're still friends.
I didn't say you weren't. I said situational.
Okay, you see, you guys got off topic because that's not what Theon said.
Right.
You're talking about a situation where somebody dealt with you
You are
dirty.
dog them.
Whatever the situation.
Or you guys
that's
had conflict.
Yeah,
Different. You're in a whole different province, big man.
You just asked a general question.
Brother, I just told you about a story of my friend in the same city cabin. My friend. Right
I don't know what city. I didn't tell me what city the man was in.
The man was.
You say you were in Jamaica, dog. That's the only thing.
I don't live there.
So let me give you guys an example.
You think I'll be a smart ass?
I have friends in Edmonton.
I hear you, but it's not the same.
Technically.
I hear you, but does it go?
Okay.
Thank you.
So you're saying we had
because if you go back to Edmonton, you guys are gonna go bang like you guys never, like you never left.
Maybe.
Okay.
Not maybe. I can guarantee it because you want to know why? It wasn't like they left on a bad note.
Situational.
So Sean just moved back to the city.
But people change as life. No, that was funny.
But
he went to a different province, man.
But you know the crazy part is, situational. But they didn't have a situation before they left, and the people might change. Like Sean has changed the person.
So when I say that, let me add context. When I say it's situational, I only mean, hey, because we were all in Edmonton together at one point. That's why we were this. Now when I leave this, the situation's not the same. So of course our friendship won't be the same.
It won't be the same as like, you guys might not have the same things in common anymore because somebody.
Not common. Even how much you talk. How much you talk to them?
Barely.
But it's almost like
a couple times a month.
It's almost like your big brother situation. You guys went there. You guys are best of friends on the show. Everything. As soon as you come off the show, not to say you don't still talk to them and all that stuff.
The joke was that good, bro.
but you guys, you're just in different paths in life, and you're
come back to.
That's what a man used to say. Prisoners of the moment.
Brother, it's like going on a vacation. So it's similar to what you say. It's like going on a vacation, meeting a girl. You're there for a week.
That's different.
All you know. No, that's all you know for the time. No, brother, listen to me. Now we get back home. We can be from the same place.
But that's different. That when you get back home, a lot of times that's done.
Why?
It was a vacation.
It was a vacation.
On a vacation, I could see you still.
Yeah.
If I want to do the effort, I could do that.
You can, but the man them are in a different province. That's what you guys are not getting, bro. Steph, let's be real. Tychon is a friendly person. Tychon is a friendly person. If those guys moved here, Tychon would obviously find time for them.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be the best of friends,
right?
But they would still be friends,
right?
So now you're saying a vacation. You meet somebody on vacation. You're cool, whatever the case may be. And you guys both live in, let's say Toronto. Yeah. You guys both live in Toronto. Yeah, you can reach out because they're in Toronto. They're in a whole different province, big man.
Still make that FaceTimes work. There's methods.
Yeah, but how much FaceTime could you do within a day?
The reason why I say it's similar though is because not to harp on this, but the reason why I say the situations are similar is because when you come back now, you are just getting back to your regular schedule programming, and I'm not a part of that. I was only a part of that for 7 days. So in larger scale, the regular schedule programming when it comes back to the city here, different than fitting them in this program.
Okay, so now I'm gonna counter that.
Go ahead.
That 7 days you could have impacted that person's life more than anybody that they mess with.
But it doesn't matter. I don't want that.
That's different then. But that's a total different thing. So because
you want that? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, so even if you ask him, those friends that you had out there, right. How long were you there for?
3 years almost.
3 years. Big man, 3 years or 7. You see, we're done talking about this. Just go, man. You left the man for 3 years.
I left 3 years. When you get back here?
Yo, I came back in COVID. I only been here for 3 years.
The man came back with COVID, he said.
In COVID.
Very COVID, dog.
All right. Yo, but no, hold on. To his point, though, back to what he was saying. Is the friendship done if you have conflict and it's never the same? He's saying yes. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
I don't know. Because the door is not fully closed. So I feel like there is room for growth.
But is the room not... Sorry. Is the door not closed because it's not closed or is your foot in it?
Speechless, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get them like that sometimes. And the reason...
Yeah, but okay.
Are you your own way?
So yeah, my foot's in the door.
Okay.
But that means there's still room for you to squeeze in there.
For you.
That's what I'm saying. Because what if on the other side, because of the conflict,
I'm only
the
here.
person-
But I'm just saying the door is not closed.
No,
so
you're right.
there is an opportunity
But your
to
foot's
rekindle
there.
and get back there.
But regardless, there's an opportunity.
Yes.
But
Fair.
But now if they push your foot out the door and close the door, the door is closed.
Yeah, but that's.
then we're not at arm's length anymore.
That's only dealing with perspective. So I understand what he's saying because what we're asking amongst us.
Because if we're done, we know there's no opportunity for us to ever speak again, for us to ever fix anything. But if you know what I mean, like I run into you every now and then, like, oh, what are you saying? There's an opportunity for something to grow from that.
From the small talk?
Potentially.
So then are you guys, hold on. So then are you guys really friends? Because what's considered a friend here?
But you can still be friend, but the conflict is still something
that aren't the same.
But sometimes you guys have that stage before you are the same. I feel like you two could speak
100%.
because you guys weren't talking for a minute. But it wasn't like you guys had ever said it was done forever.
Mhm.
It was just more so you guys were in a stage where it's like we're not talking right now. But how would you have I don't know how you guys even would have described each other in that moment. Like, is that my friend? Is that we're just not talking? Like, I don't.
I'll give you an example. Me and Theon weren't talking. If you know, you know. We weren't talking. I never once said one bad thing about Theon. I never disrespected Theon. I always had love for Theon, and I told everybody I would not be walking down the street and see Theon get jumped and keep walking.
I think that
right?
That will get your character.
Yeah. Still my brother at the end of the day. At the end of the day, brothers sometimes don't see eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
Time will tell,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'll give you an example. I was at the club and somebody was trying to talk bad about Theon. God is my witness. I looked at him and said, yo, shut up, stop talking. I don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yo, bro, what? No, we're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Done. He's like, yo, bro, you good? Yeah, we're good. We're good. But don't be coming here and try to disrespect my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't talking, but that's still my nigga.
Yeah, no matter what.
You get what I'm saying? I remember you guys think it's a joke when I said you die, nigga. That's what it is. Right? So but that's my point. Like, so with all you guys saying this, that, and the third.
But so I'll say that. I'll say this. So we would still reach out to each other like on birthdays or like, oh, congrats, you got what, like you had a kid, whatever, you know what I mean? We would still reach out to each other. So the door wasn't fully closed. Like for a period of time, we didn't speak 100%, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think as time went on, I speak for myself, you know what I mean? As mad as I was in the moment, I still like, you know, I missed you to death. You know what I mean? So I feel like, obviously, I know that like through and through, you're my brother. So I knew that like eventually
there should be space for rekindle here.
There would be no opportunity. There would never be a time that we wouldn't be able to, because we're always like, you're going to be having events. Like, you know what I mean? Like we have too many people that are in our inner circle that we wouldn't like not seeing each other.
But you see the thing is, that's sandbox.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. It's like we grew up together. You get what I'm saying? So I get you're having your situation, Steph. And that's why I said, if you actually care about the relationship or whatever the case may be, is you would, you know, do what you got to. Hold on, let me finish. You would do what you got to do. You get what I'm saying? I knew at that time, me and Theon were not speaking, but we needed the time apart.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he needed his time. I needed my time. We were both angry. We weren't gonna see eye to eye
in that moment. I
can promise you, we were never ever.
We could have sat down 100 times. He could have told me his story. I could have told him my story. We would have never seen eye to eye.
Never.
But the time allowed us to figure that out. That I'll say almost like your heart. Like there was a void in my heart because that's my brother.
You start to weigh different things and see what's more value to you versus the other.
But that's where I'm asking the question. Like we were at arm's length at a point, but it's different because, like you said, we are a sandbox, right? But
so even if you aren't sandbox, what does that mean?
If you aren't,
yeah. What if you're not sandbox? Could you feel like that relationship changes now because you aren't sandbox? Like you could, if I met somebody afterwards, right, years down the line, right,
but they became your best friend,
right? So Tychon's one of those for me, right? High school, I just know him.
Yeah.
Basketball, I just know him. Till we went to school, at university, I started living with him, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually starting to learn. Even when I'm on the basketball team, I'm again that person where I can know you, bro.
I don't know you,
but we're. You know what I mean?
No, I get
you are very much that
person. I swear to God.
We all are.
Anybody that knows me will know that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So my thing with Tychon was like, yo, until I started living, and it was the most awkward thing. Because when I don't know if you even know this, but when he initially was like, "Yo, why don't you come? You know, why don't we figure this out, live together?" I have my reservation. Well, you do know it to a degree, but I said I have my reservation because I don't know you from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like how you live, how you keep stuff clean. I don't know you from nowhere.
And I 100% agree
Right?
with you on that.
So it's like, even when we're playing basketball, we're in the same change room, like we're doing all these things. Where it's like, yo, fam, I see who this person is. I'm with them probably more than anybody at this point. But it's like,
why you look at me like that?
I don't know you. So then it's like, cool. But now I value that friendship. Unfortunately, or not.
That's
crazy. No, I know.
I'm just saying, in terms of the other people that I'd be mentioning, it's like I value this friendship to higher standards than I would another one.
But see, that goes back to what I said. You could have met that person on vacation in that 7 days, and within that 7 days, they changed your lifestyle.
For sure.
Believe it or not.
So now is it not? So back to the question now. So if it's not sandbox, does that change, or it just goes down to what?
No, I think it's the value of the relationship. Because like when we were going through whatever, there was relationships that I kind of put on the back burner that I kind of like after watered more, and I was like, holy, there's like people that genuinely care for me. And I think that to this day, yeah, I don't know them from sandbox, but like, again, it goes back to what I said, like the reliability, consistency, and I didn't add loyalty, but loyalty. But I would still hold them in that same regard. Like if we kind of fell out, probably, over time would fix itself because we're around each other and the love's there.
Yeah. To your point, I think sometimes we overvalue sandbox.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like sandbox is one important part.
Is it?
It's not even that. It's something that emotionally matters to us.
It is important. It is important. I think that because do you have sandbox?
I do. So listen,
you don't find it weird if you were to meet somebody tomorrow and they said, yeah, like I don't have no friends from when I was younger.
No, that's weird. That's why it matters.
But is that a?
Sound like a serial killer. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was talking to a girl, but she didn't have no sandbox.
Is that cultural?
What do you mean? Is
that cultural? I don't think that's always.
She was from here.
No. Hear what I'm saying to you. Is that cultural? Is it black? Is it a
minority type of brother? I went to a white school, and I could tell you those guys played hockey from when they were 5 years old till now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that's sandbox to them. So it doesn't matter about your culture. Like they said, if somebody told you today, hey man, I don't have any friends, you'd be like, what?
That's something wrong with you, for sure.
I wouldn't say something wrong with you. I'd be like, I was just like, what?
Because why are you have no friends?
You see what I'm saying? And then you're gonna start wondering more and more and more.
No, of course.
So it does matter to a certain extent because yeah, you might not have any sandbox, but to say you don't have any friends is.
That's why I said it's different. That's why I asked about sandbox. Is that a sandbox, day ones, whatever you want to call it? No new friends. This, that. Is that a cultural thing?
It can be. It could be it could be seen as a cultural thing because you hear it in the music. You see how much people talk about the importance of having a sandbox.
Just going off what you said.
But I think
how much we value it.
I think it's an important value for the reasons kind of that he gave. It's because it just shows that if you have somebody, if you even have one person that you came up with, it just shows that you can hold a friendship. And that in itself says something about your character. Right? And I just look at it as I value so many different friendships from different moments of my life. Like I feel like I have a close friend from every moment, from high school, from university, from sandbox, from a job that I had. Like every moment in my life, there's a close friend that I picked up along the way. And I'm not saying everybody has to do that. I'm just saying how you hold friends says something about your character. It does, whether you like it or not. No. There's some people that, they're on that gypsy vibe where as soon as they dip, they have new friends. And then they go somewhere else and they have new friends. And some of those people just live in the moment. And that's okay, but you might not be my type of person. It doesn't mean nothing's wrong with you, sure. But I value someone that knows how to be a good friend.
Let me take that back.
And like my friends are good friends. They just are.
You opened your eyes, eh?
Well, only to the something's wrong with you part when you said that. Let me take that back. What? Okay, so going from that now. I have a question for you. It's a little rocky. So, You find out your friend's done some mosh up thing, like some fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you deal with that conflict? Are you removing yourself? And I'm talking like some sexual harassment, anything like that.
Well, to somebody else?
Of course, it's not to you.
So hold on. I'm supposed to say big man.
You said, no, he said fucked up shit and he gave
Yeah, man. Like,
no.
You made me feel uncomfortable.
That was a real question.
He gave Steph. You guys trying to tell me something subliminally.
It's a real question. We all have friends.
I thought you were naming a list of things.
My goodness. Whatever those things are. What I'm saying is there's some taboo topics, right? And I'm sure we all can think of a couple at the least, right? I think we're all thinking the same too, even. What happens? How do you guys break that down?
So your friend has a sexual harassment charge or something of that nature. And that's what they're going through. How do we handle that?
I'll start. Remember when I said know your friends?
Right. You know your friends are never. Brother, let me tell you something right now. You know what I learned in the last couple years?
Tell me.
You never know who people are behind the doors.
Yeah, that is right. That is right. But are they sandbox?
What? Yes.
Okay, so then I don't know what kind of.
This is a really good question.
It is a good question because I don't know what kind of.
When you have a shot,
if anybody said like, "Yo, these guys,"
you wouldn't believe it. I know, but trust me.
No. See, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. But this is what I would do. I pull my dogs to the side.
Oh, he's supposed to be real with you.
You see it in the eyes, brother. You can see it in the. Steph.
That's a mind reading.
Steph, no, not mind read. You ever pull up on somebody, ask them a question, their whole body posture and their eyes, they just start
just telling you.
Brother, you know. See, I'll be like,
yeah, we know already. I'm asking what you do.
Hold on. You be like, brother, you do it? Nah, I didn't do it. I seen his eyes, body shaking. And I'll be like, all right, fam. That nigga did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. And
how would you move with them now?
That's what I'm asking.
What? He's out here raping chicks?
I don't know what he's doing. I'm asking you.
Okay, so
how do you deal with that?
Look at his face.
Because like I said, you have a.
Okay, let's.
Men are their most realist and the most, and we all can agree. We have most of our niggas that we are not the most vulnerable with. Only the close-knit people we can be vulnerable with, right? So what I'm saying is most of these men out here today, unfortunately, and it's a thing that we need to get over as, just in the healthy...
As men, growing.
Just as men, right? So most of these men are as vulnerable as they are with women. Hands down. They'll never be more vulnerable. Okay?
Yeah.
Even if it's equal, when they're like your close-knit friend, they'll just never be more vulnerable in those moments than they are with women, right? So my thing is like, okay, cool.
You don't know that.
You'll never really know who this person is until that gets peeled back. So my question to you is now, when those situations happen, right? Something's going on in their home or something's going on with a thing or whatever the case is, you just become privy to that. You become privy to it. Now, how do you deal?
So you know something is wrong on there, like
you know they rumors, whatever the case.
You know they did it.
You don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing. You're just going off with the vibe.
I mean, if you're my friend,
I'm not accusing, but I can ask you. You can lie. That's what you just said.
But
so are you asking if like we stand by them, like, or how do we move?
How do you deal with it?
I think you would stand by them. Like that's still your people, but you might have a different perspective on them. Like if they actually did whatever. But I don't know. I think for me, it goes back to that loyalty. Like if you're my dog, I got to stand with you for it. Okay. But that doesn't mean I agree with the choice that you made. But
did he admit it to you at this point? You're still, you know what I'm saying?
If you're in limbo or what?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like this question is very vague because what if he was accused of it and he didn't do it? Like, you know what I mean? Because like,
but you have
but how do you ever know?
But that's
I'm not.
Then you always stand.
But I'm not truly like. I'm not sure that's the part that matters.
That's not the part.
Because the part that matters is that's your dog. You stand with your dog no matter what.
Yeah.
However, you don't always stand with their behavior.
Correct.
I think that's the key part there. It's like, whether he did it or not, that's not what's important. You're gonna stand with him because that's somebody who you love.
So is it like an in public thing, like you're standing by him, but behind closed doors with that particular person, like, yo, bro, what are you doing? What the fuck?
What are you on?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Did you do this? What happened? It's really like behind closed doors.
Most addicts don't admit they're addicts, brother.
Oh, addicts.
I'm just saying, just for lack of better term.
Yeah.
Whenever you're doing something, and you've done it, most people aren't gonna admit they did it. right? Because they don't know what stone now gets overturned, or
Yeah,
whatever the phrase is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm just that's all I'm asking. So it's like, yo, now how do you deal with that?
It's standing with your dog is very important. That
Yeah,
having that
100%.
loyalty, but also you cannot stand with somebody to your detriment. So now, if me standing with you is going to affect my business, my family, my this, my that,
So what, you turn your back?
it's
Don't
not I
turn
can
your
turn your back. It's I can't support you in a way that's going to be a detriment to me.
Do you divulge that to that person?
Oh, you
100%.
have to.
You have to.
Okay,
That
no, I'm just
loyalty is
asking.
your
I'm
do- is
just
your
asking.
dog. Like,
100%. You're my
Bro,
dog, and bro.
What if they switch up on you now?
so now,
So it's like, yo,
they
turn your back on me. Like, what is
no,
that?
they
Because a
switch up
lot of
on you.
a lot of people will take that like a social, like socially, you're not standing with that person because it impacts your life and what I guess
Socially.
your livelihood, right?
Yes.
But a lot of
world we're
people
living
put
in
so
today.
much emphasis on like social media and all that stuff, right? Like what if he's like, all right, F you, you're not my dog. What are we doing? That
Still gonna be here for you, big man. But
100%.
I just can't stand with you.
That's what you're.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got your back. You need me to pick you up. Like, listen, if you're drunk one night at a bar, I can come get you.
Would
Now, if you're drunk at the bar during the day, yo, big man, I'm gonna send you an Uber. You see what I'm saying? But you're still there for your guy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
but
saying?
would
It's just
any of
that
us feel away? Like
I definitely
100%.
feel away in what?
But
like if I was in a situation like whatever was being said about me, I
Initially,
would
you're
whatever.
You're asking initially?
No, just in general, like for example, like give an example.
Yeah, whatever.
He can't support me and be like, yo, free my dog or whatever the case is.
Of course.
free you? I've been bring that. I thought you on road.
Whatever the
What
case
does free
is.
my dog ever do?
What you bring the awareness that you're in there? You said it, you know.
Real question though.
That's a
So now-
sound bite.
So we have to wait.
That brings awareness.
we have to actually revisit that. We have to revisit this one because I actually have a piggyback question after that. But continue, please.
Oh my goodness. Yo,
I mean,
that's a,
if you did
so
something,
yeah. So whatever, you can't stand with me socially. Like I feel like I would probably feel away.
Yeah.
I would probably feel away. Like yo, you're not
are.
actually rock-
But it's your situation.
It's your decisions, brother.
You got yourself.
You just said you agree.
No. I agree
Okay.
that in a sense where I will still be your dog.
Yeah.
But I, like Tychon said, I cannot jeopardize what I got going on because of the decisions
100%.
that you made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm
Or
not your
didn't
friend.
make.
Or did it? Doesn't matter. The public sees you. You did that.
It's your
You
situation.
get what I'm saying?
So
You
to
have to wear
bring
that.
up,
You have to wear that.
for me to
Thank you.
step into that and now have to deal with the same thing or similar things that as you're going through is not really
Yeah.
fair to
As
me.
I'm saying, big man, let me get up a little bit more and then I'll bring you. You know.
So quick to piggyback off of that.
All right, piggyback.
The free him thing.
That's a sound bite.
100%.
It just brings awareness that he's in there.
So yo, you know now your dog's guilty because they deem him guilty.
It's crazy.
Some crazy stuff he's in there for.
The room went quiet.
We know somebody. Or I know somebody. I mean, keep it on me. I know a couple people that do some dangerous things, and it's unfortunate that they're in those positions. It's unfortunate what they've done, right, to the other parties involved. But it's like, do you say freedom or keep them?
Well, it's never keep.
Hold on.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? If it's anybody else, you want them to keep them.
Who said that?
I've never said, hey,
Yo,
we need to keep
dog.
that guy.
I never
Depends
wanted.
what they did.
So
Hey, so can we be real here, please?
If there's a pedophile in jail, I
no,
want them to stay in
that's
jail. Obviously,
nobody's rocking with petty. You know what I'm saying?
someone took somebody from the earth, or somebody that you care from the earth, and they got caught, whatever, going to
So
jail.
you're so you're
to
saying
free him too?
so
And
you're
you're
saying
okay
that
with that?
somebody that okay. So for example,
So where do we draw the line on freedom?
I'm asking.
so you're saying
Yeah, but you can't say free for me and then no free for them.
I go. It depends on the crime, right? Because
Someone
I'm
took
not.
somebody.
So that's it. Somebody killed somebody. Just
Yes.
let's say took somebody. That's not like a kidnap thing. So let's say somebody killed someone. They're in jail. Do I say freedom or keep them? That's what you're saying.
Do you say anything? If you're gonna say freedom,
Who am I freeing though?
your
I
dog.
need more than that. You gotta put more.
so
on
your
that.
brethren killed. You're saying
my brethren?
his brethren,
Your brethren.
my
bro.
pack 6 or my
Yes,
pack
the
7.
Pack 6,
like
7,
one of
whatever
us,
one.
killed somebody.
Free that.
Free that.
100%. I'll make a T-shirt and everything. Free that.
So there's a even though you know what they did.
They just killed someone.
Yes.
I don't agree with what they did, but I still would like.
Why they deserve freedom instead of.
Let me finish.
All right.
I don't agree with what they did,
Mm.
But do I want to see them behind bars? No.
Right.
Nobody wants to see anybody behind bars that they love, that they care for. So at the end of the day, I'm going to say free you until you come out. Is there anything I could do more than that? Probably not. I could probably give you some canteen money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look, that's it.
But does it come down to your morals? Because then vice versa, now someone takes something from you, kill somebody from somebody that you love.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling them what?
Am I gonna say go?
He doesn't know them.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go say
okay, but that's
free
what I'm
that
saying.
killer.
So okay, so then
Do you feel a way that somebody else is saying
comfortable in
free
the
that?
bias.
So am I gonna feel some way that somebody's saying that? 100%. I don't know them. They don't know me. If you killed somebody, if that person killed somebody that I love, their loved ones are going to say free them no matter what. Right? Because they love them.
Right.
It's the same thing I would say free my dog. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you be upset about that?
Who said I'm not upset?
So why would you be upset about that?
Because I'm like, nigga, you killed my peoples.
Right. So
exactly.
But for him, loyalty trumps. Right. Loyalty is very high in his value. It's not the same because loyalty's not in the picture. So it now changes if loyalty's outside of the picture. So it's very much like you see those movies where, you know, you're a father, then your son kills somebody, and then you're trying to, you know, hide the crime so your son doesn't go to jail. You would never do that for a stranger. Right. But because it's your son, it's your people, you're gonna do everything you can. You know, you get what I'm saying?
I understand.
We put such a value on loyalty to our people.
It's moral high grounds that I just disagree with. That's the only thing I understand. When you're in one position, there's a moral high ground that's here, and the same thing can happen, or over on the other side. No, there's a moral.
Yeah, we're not saying it's right, but it is what it is.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a right or wrong thing. It's just kind of perspective.
I think you put it the best way. Like, for example, if I was to kill somebody, my Duke's probably
hide the body
100%. But now flip it, and somebody did something to me. She's obviously like helping. I'm not trying to hear no free that person. You know what I mean? Like it's like you said, it's that moral high ground, but it's not necessarily right, but it's that loyalty and love.
And that's a principle we apply. Like even if you think of something as simple as we're all playing basketball, we're all on the same team, and I know you fouled a man. The man's arguing with you, and I know you're wrong. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm riding with you. I know you're wrong. I'm riding with you, but ride with you in public, but in private, be like, "Oh, you're wrong, bro.
You're a cheater, boom. You got fouls. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You see, that's how
good for that.
Yo, I haven't heard boom in so long.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cheating, boom.
Holy. Okay. All right. So, bring that. Moving along from that, because that was just like a sidebar thing. What role does? Well, I think everybody here is pretty well versed in this, but I'll ask anyway. How important do you feel like it should be anyway for men? I'll take it off of us. For men to show vulnerability amongst their friends, like how important is that?
I'll start. Honestly, I think it's important, not even just for your friends, just in life. Yesterday at work, I don't even know how I got into this conversation with this guy, but he was just like, you could tell he just hurt. And he just wanted to just be vulnerable and just talk about the situation. And like, you know what I mean? I opened up with some stuff that's happened to me and whatever the case is, and we just had like a great conversation. At the end of it, he's like tapped my knee and was like, bro, thank you for that. I really needed it. I just think that as men, we've just been taught, like, just keep that cooped up. But sometimes you just need that release. Like, you just got to talk about some certain stuff. So I think, for me, at least, vulnerability is very important. Not just necessarily with your friends, but in life.
For me, it just looks, it deepens the friendship. It allows us to have a better relationship as friends. And I only say that because I think sometimes as men, we think we got to do things alone. Like, we got to go through life alone. We got to get this alone. We got to get money. We got to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to build on our own. But when we're vulnerable and we realize, like, we don't have to do everything alone. The pain that we're feeling or the sadness that we have, we don't just have to experience that alone. You go so much further in life when you do things together. And I think it's just like, when you're vulnerable and you're real, it makes you more relatable. Because you realize that, like, a lot of things in life we're all kind of going through. You know, we all been sad. We all been done dirty. We all felt like we had no money at one point. We all felt like there's all these moments that we've all felt. But sometimes we don't talk about them. And when we talk about them, it gives us strength now, because it's like, yo, I tell you, like, brother, I'm feeling depressed right now. I don't believe that I can be successful in my career right now. I tell one of the man, there's something that they went through at a different time that they could share with me to help uplift me too. And knowing that I'm not feeling that alone, it's different. Like even when I talked to Theon one time, I said to him, I said, brother, like this content creation thing, like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. And he goes, bro, when I started working in a restaurant, I applied for the job. I didn't know what I was doing. The man became the GM of one of the biggest restaurants in the city. Started out not knowing what he's doing. And it's like just something like that brought me up. Same thing I talked to Frecks, I talked to Terrell, same thing. I'm telling him I don't believe in myself, whatever. He's like, bro, you don't see what you've done?
Just like that?
Yeah, he's flexing, man. When I start yelling, eyes popping out. So, bro,
Did you do that?
you went in the house with 14 people. What's the speech you gave me?
First of all, we're on the phone, so I don't know how he got that money.
He doesn't visit you, fam.
Not flexing on camera and
He
everything.
knows you, bro.
Probably was like that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I tell him this all the time. I say, you went in a house with 14, 15 people. I don't know how many people it was, and you came out on top, and you're out here talking about
What you can and can't.
what you can't do. Did you know those people? Did you know what they were capable of? No, but you know what you were. So what are we talking about? That's all I keep saying to him. So when he comes to me and he says these things, I said, brother, I don't even want to hear that. I know you want to tell me these things, but look at where you came from to where you are now. You get what I'm saying? People would kill to have what you have, to do what you do. You get what I'm saying? So that's why as soon as he comes, I always, every time, put it in his head. Brother, you were in a house with 15 people, not knowing what anybody is capable of, and you came out on top. You know that's a dog. That's all I have to say.
So sometimes I need to hear that message. I need to hear this message.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't hear these messages
if
I wasn't being vulnerable. See what I mean? So like for me, it's important because it allows you to be a better friend, and it allows your friends to be better friends to you. Because I could just pretend.
Yeah, vulnerability.
Come and say, yo, I'm blessed, dog. What you guys saying? But it's like in my heart, I'm dying inside. And we see a lot of men kill themselves, and everybody's like, yo, bro, what happened?
Oh, you're good.
He was so happy. He was smiling, laughing. What do you mean? But it's because nobody knew what was really going on with them. Because maybe they didn't feel comfortable sharing, or whatever the reason was, they didn't feel comfortable sharing, but there was no vulnerability there. So I just think it saves lives, to be honest, in my opinion.
I agree.
How do you guys deal with friendships as life gets busier for either one of you?
That's something we got to work on.
I'm about to tell you that's rough, brother, because
like
everybody's schedule is different.
Yeah, I feel like we've been saying like, yo, on Saturdays we're gonna play ball, or like even.
Nah, these guys flopped. I'm putting that out there right now. These guys flopped. Oh my god.
So you saying they flop because they can't play, or
they're probably washed, but that's besides the point. So
I do Pilates now. I'm blessed.
Yeah, whatever. So
what's that do for you?
You know what I mean? Like, don't come in here and talk about Pilates.
You guys say I'm stiff? You should see me cross over.
Pick up a band, brother. Pick up a band. You're at the crib.
It's different. In a room full of ladies doing your little stretches.
You know so crazy?
Blessed.
You know so crazy? This is how you know I have a nigga mindset. This nigga said pick up a band. I'm here like, nigga, pick up money? I
always working.
I looked over. I went, huh?
Let's see if the band was.
He's always working, bro.
Nah, but like I said, these guys flopped. We agreed on Saturday mornings playing ball. Theon said he had to work. Tychon said, yeah, I was coming. Tychon called me, I think, late at night. And he goes, yeah, man, I'll let you know in the morning. When you hear the, yeah, I already knew what it was.
When you hear to let you know business, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
just told me no.
And then you go, yo, you playing ball next week? Yo, brother, get off my line. Get off my line.
Those you trying to make it better?
Right?
I think so. Today, but
you think so? Yeah, you think you're making it better.
You know, like I wasn't mad at them. I know life, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and we've been still trying to figure out.
You don't take it personally.
No, never.
I think
like
we spend enough time with each other to like, it's not a personal thing. But I think that like if we were like, yo, guys, we're going out to dinner, we're doing it on this day, and somebody was just like, yeah, I'm just not rolling, we'd have an issue with that. But like something like basketball, we know life, as much as we want to play and stuff like that, life is life.
Happens, yeah.
I think just to add on to that, the one area that we can improve on, even if we can't find a thing to do all together, that even if two of us are there, or even if we piggyback on things somebody else is already doing, because sometimes we think about hanging out with each other has to be this thing where it's like, it's planned and it's an event, but it's like, Yo, say like, his son has a basketball game. Yo, you want to come to my son's game? Yeah. Or
Well, since you
his
said
son
that
has a
there's a
basketball
game, I'm gonna let you guys know.
Let us know.
Lee,
We'll put
he's
the
on-
pressure on.
he's on-
But he's gonna be like, yo, they don't come out asking again. It can't be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
And then I'm gonna catch them and say, yo, what you doing this day? What you doing? Oh no, I'm free. All right, he's playing this day. That's when you catch them, so they have no excuse to.
Yo,
So you catch
why do
them.
I catch our friends like that? Though?
Because like it's alive, bro. I honestly like messing with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
yeah, like I want to see you on edge a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if
Right.
you can't put your friends on edge, just to see how they react to certain
Right.
situations, then bro, this friendship's too serious, bro. Mama,
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for all this seriousness, bro. I want to laugh too.
Yeah.
I want to laugh. I want to know how was your day? That's what you did. You're nasty, or brother, go brush your teeth. Like little
Yeah.
jokes like
There's
that.
always
Like,
banter, yeah.
There's always
Nothing-
has to
nothing
be.
crazy.
I feel like that's healthy. Okay. So it's a real one.
Where you cleared your throat, it might get.
yeah, that
it's a
sounded
real one.
serious.
Do you guys treat your female friends the same as you do your male friends? And why
I'm gonna
not?
start with that. I have no female friends. I repeat, I have no female friends. Thank you.
Are you in jail?
That's it?
I'm not in jail. I just have no female friends. So,
Are you allowed if you want it?
say it again.
Nothing.
All right, thank you.
Nothing. All right. So
Question?
you shifted your body to that way like this.
okay.
No, oh, sorry, I'm lying. I have one female friend.
Okay.
That's it.
No elaboration, fam. That's it. That's it.
Say it again.
So you're available to discretion.
No, I'm not after this. I just letting you know I have one female friend. I'll even tell you her name. Her name is Shanor Keeling. I have one female friend.
That's it, fam.
That's it.
There's no more to it.
All right. Okay. All right.
That face was crazy.
Okay.
So the question is, do I treat my female friends the same as my male friends?
When you get yourself together, fam. That's easy.
Give him a second. Before you go.
No, I'm good to answer. I'm good to answer. But what do you mean?
All right. So, for example, to a lot of relationships, when it comes to gender specific, I guess,
Mhm.
where it comes to male or female, you may tailor things differently to your male friends and how you move, and you tailor things differently to females, and that's a part of life. I understand that.
Mhm.
But in terms of the same morals, the same standards, the same key things that you look into for a friendship, do you look at those as even keel? Do you look at a male friendship and then require those same things from a female friendship? And if anybody in a relationship, does that now change?
It's hard to say because, like, I feel like I don't have a female friend that I would put into the same regard as.
And is that a limit you put yourself on, or is that something out of respect for a relationship? Like, what would be the reason, or you just never got close enough?
No, but like I have like girls that are like really good friends to me.
Right.
But I don't know. It was never, and obviously no disrespect. It was
for sure.
never to disregard.
Mhm.
So I mean, I guess naturally I don't hold it to the same regard or hold them to the same way I hold these guys, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
For me, like, I would say the one thing I noticed is, like, I kind of agree with Theon. Like, I guess, yeah, I have one friend who's in that inner circle of, like, my really close friends from forever. And I wouldn't say, like, it's different in the sense. It's
I
different.
don't know how to put it either.
It's different in the sense that I just feel like we would. Okay, I'll put it this way. There's a few friends I have that are also women, but they're not in my close circle. And the one thing I noticed between the dynamic of male friends versus women is that women like this, from what I've observed, they like this feeling that you went out your way for them.
Mhm.
And they want to know that you went out your way for them. You thought of them at a time, or you went on vacation, brought them something back, even if it's not romantic. They like this idea
Whatever else.
of you went out your way for them. Like, I have one friend, and I didn't realize this, that I was always like, yo, if we're gonna go out to eat, let's go downtown. And I'd always invite her downtown, and she invited me to North York one time, and I was like, but I didn't realize that I was treating it as a friendship of convenience. And the minute that it got a little bit inconvenient for me, I was kind of like,
That's not.
but me going out my way was important to her.
Mhm.
And I've noticed that in a couple of friendships with women, it's like they want to know that you've gone out your way, you went the extra mile for them, right? I feel like men don't place that same emphasis. Like we want to know that you got us, but not necessarily that you had to go out your way. You know what I mean? I feel like we're almost like, don't go out your way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm not like, yo, bro, if it sounds like it's complicated in my head, I'm like, I'm not even gonna.
But that's why I asked now.
Because
So-
when he was painting, for example, I was like, yo, let me know if you need any help. But I don't know if I really meant, you know.
Nah, I agree.
I
I wouldn't. If you call me for painting,
Who was painting?
You were painting,
That's
and I was
a liar, boom. Let me start there.
no. But I'm saying I don't know if I really wanted to go help him paint.
You didn't. I'm gonna show you how I caught him. Yo, what are you doing? I'm painting. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, if you need any help, he goes, if you need any help, let me know. Oh, perfect. I need help. I'm gonna let you know. Frank, let me call you back. So I said, all right, cool. An hour went by. I said, I'm gonna call him back.
Yeah.
He goes, yo, you took me serious?
Yo.
But I knew, like, you see, this was, you know, your friend. Tychon's not a handy guy.
Yeah.
He's not gonna come and nail some stuff for
Yeah.
you. You know, he's not holding nothing. He don't want to do all that. He'd be like, yo, can I get somebody else to help you? That's the type of person you're like, I'll pay this person to help you. You know what I mean? Because he's not gonna come and paint. I just knew that.
Right.
But like I said, remember I told you I like to mess with him. So I called him back that hour. I was done painting, but I called him back.
So
Yo,
what do we say?
But Freck was a woman.
You would have gone and painted?
No.
Okay, don't get yourself caught up, my G.
Would have been there.
What time you need me there for?
She would have still wanted me to come
For sure.
because it would be about the
Whether it's done or
company
not.
and that you
Yeah.
came and that you. It's the vibe. The energy would be different.
So I'll say for myself, I'm learning not to treat them differently or as different as they seem to be, I guess. Only because I feel like oftentimes when I was younger, like younger than I am now, but I just looked at those situations because I feel the same way. I feel like women are asking things, and if you don't show up for them literally or do the things that they're asking in some way, shape, or form, that it almost becomes like relationshipy. And I don't want to ever cross those boundaries with them because I'd like to keep them as friends. But when you don't, it feels like, damn, like what is this? What are we like? I feel like we're crossing lines or whatever the case. But it's not that, right? That's my own immaturity of thinking. So it was like I had to come to terms with again, and when I say before, that I had to learn that I have to water these certain things. I know that to a degree, whether it's high maintenance, low maintenance, whatever type of male friendships I have, I know what, for the most part, I know what a male would probably require from me, right? I can't assume that, but for the most part, I feel like I have a good sense on that. Whereas for a woman, I actually have no idea how they operate sometimes. So it's like when they're asking something, I may never know how much of an important thing this would have been, right? Until they express that. And now I feel like, oh my God, you're putting all this on me. I just kind of want to.
I feel like it's the same thing though. Like the only thing I would say would be consistent is the consistency. Like I have a friend in Halifax. We don't see each other often, but like I think that it's just the consistency of me picking up the call if she ever calls me and vice versa. But I don't think that there's like, would she be mad at me if I didn't pick up? I don't think so.
Okay, so people say this now. So let me ask you. So a woman is always gonna make this known before a man will, and it's not no detriment, no disrespect to any of them. But it's like, for example, has a woman friend or whatever to any of them, open up the room, but to anybody, made a point of, yo, I'm always reaching out to you, versus how many times has a man done that?
We don't. But I think to your point is, I think a friendship with a woman requires more thoughtfulness. But to that point, I also think that if you treated your male friendships as you did friendships with women, your friendships with your guys would be better. I almost think like the qualities that they have in their friendships are better.
No, I don't.
I don't either. I think they jump ship too much.
What do you mean
So
jump
what?
ship too
Like
much?
for example, if
Because it's requiring so much. Sometimes it's like, yo, it's really not that deep, but they don't really check them.
Okay, but I think there are some things. Sorry, I went too far with that one. But I think there's some things that we could take
from them.
from them
yeah,
and put into our friendships.
In terms of like the thoughtfulness.
I think in terms of the thoughtfulness, in terms of like, there's like little things I find that
Showing up, even just showing
just
up.
the showing up.
Bro, there's times where I feel like, yo, for men, if I don't show up for somebody, he's blessed, but no, we'll fix it.
Mhm.
Like, I'll be there at the next one type of thing. And some men, again, hold it. They don't really say that. If I did that for a woman will look at me and be like, bro, you didn't come to my birthday. So, you know how much homies'
The birthday is a big one, fam.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know how much homies'
no, but
birthdays
that's
I
big
miss?
to
Like,
them.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So it's like,
so that's really big to
to
them.
me, I wouldn't know. But on the flip side, because I don't care about
your
birthdays as
birthday,
such,
yeah. But
when a person didn't show up for my birthday, I was like, wait.
yeah, you felt
Happy
it.
birthday so much for you, but not because I felt it for my birthday. It's because I treated them to the same side they held me. It's like, yo, you care so much about your birthdays and other people's birthdays, but when it came to my birthday, because you know I don't care, you didn't show up for me. So am I allowed to be mad for that? You know, like those type of things is what I'm saying. Like they just evoke different emotions. Like women will evoke different emotions from me, where it's like, damn, is this something that I should be feeling?
Mhm.
And is it something that you should be treating differently or whatever the case? You can't tell someone what they're feeling is wrong, but you know what I mean. Ultimately, I look at myself and I judge the way I feel a lot and be like, yo, listen, check yourself. You shouldn't be feeling that, but that might not be the case. So that's why I asked that question.
I think at the end of the day, it just goes down to knowing your friends, man or woman, and if you know them, you'll get a better sense of the things that they need and things that are important to them.
Okay. All right. So for the most part, I feel like we've unpacked some of the questions that I've had. Anybody else have any more questions or anything like that? Because I know we're about to get into a game Tychon has here. You know, I really think this game is pretty dope. I don't know if you guys have played it as yet, being as friends, but
Of course we have.
Tychon, please take it
I
away.
haven't played this.
So it's a simple game.
Is that a game night without me? You're trying to tell me
Not so much that
Testing the game.
Pull up to the game.
You don't come to
Surprises you with a test. It's like, what test?
come to the crib. So
You pick a card.
it's pretty much a game where we could just have more vulnerable conversations and real conversations. So the idea is there's 3 levels to the game. There's the white one, which is more surface. There's the blue, which is a little bit deeper, and then there's the black, which is like the realest one. I think it's called no cap. So the idea is we all pick a card and we have to direct a question to somebody else in the room. So the question that's on your card, you have to ask somebody else in the room.
Okay.
And
What's the game called, brother? Introduce that.
It's called Let's Talk About It. So it allows us to talk about things that men don't usually talk about. You know what I'm saying? So we ready?
You want to kick us?
Yeah,
Kick
I'll kick it off.
What levels is what, though?
Black is no cap.
White is the lowest, medium.
Blues mid-level joint. All right.
So I'm going to ask this one to Terrell.
Now, you skipped on the last question, Big Doc.
Which was the last question?
About women.
Women friends. I have no
Ground
women.
facts.
What is something that you'll regret not doing in your life?
Something that I would regret not doing.
That he would?
That he would regret not doing.
That's a good question. Could I come back to it?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Something what I would regret not doing.
Well, you think about it, I can answer it. I think me not being the best father that I could ever be, and that's to me would be a huge regret because you know what I mean. Not being able to be there for my kids and support them and give them everything. I think that's to me probably like would be the lowest point, biggest regret in my life if I didn't do that for them.
Why is that important to you?
Kids are my everything. I think that when you have kids, it changes your whole perspective on life and everything. Like things like I don't even buy myself nothing anymore. You know what I mean? It's all to them. I wouldn't like I just want to make sure that I can set them up successfully in life. So if I don't help them or help steer them in the right directions, I feel like that would be a huge regret.
Steph, I can feel you looking at me. I can feel it. I would want to piggyback off of that, but I don't care what anybody says. I know you're a good father, Theon. I know
Same
I'm
to
a
you,
great
brother.
father. Something what I would regret not doing. I don't know
Like
that.
something that you want to try, but that you regret if you didn't try it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That was a curveball, brother. I don't know.
It's good.
Huh?
This game is good.
That's all right. We just started, brother.
Just
He
start
said
having
it's
stuff.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? You threw me a curveball.
Just from a cut.
Brother, the card's curved, brother. I really don't know how to answer that.
We'll pick a next one for you still.
You're not giving up.
Like this
Man went right back to black too, fam.
I was say, brother, go for blue or white, brother.
Now this one, I feel like
Strong.
this one's easier. What's one thing that stresses you out?
safe space.
Thank you, brother. I feel more comfortable. One thing that stresses me out is not having enough money to provide for my family. I'm not saying I don't have enough money, but the thought of not having it because they depend on me, and I got to make sure that like not getting sick. Like give you an example. Probably like 6, 7 people asked me to play basketball this upcoming season in different leagues. I shut it all down. I can't afford to get hurt because I need all the money coming in to support my family. So not having that money to support my family, that would probably stress me out.
Would you ever ask for help?
Would I ask for help? Maybe. I'm not gonna say no. But let me before. I'm not a person to go ask for help without trying first. I want to try to get it first, and then I'm gonna ask for the help.
When's the trying done for you though?
When I realize I can't get it.
People feel that too.
No, but like I know they failed. They wait to the last minute.
Right.
I won't wait till the last minute. I'll definitely ask before we hit that minute, because when that minute hit, I'm not just failing. I failed for my family that I have, and I can't afford that. You get what I mean? So I would definitely ask beforehand.
Okay. Oh, somebody else got to pick and direct there.
You got the last question, you might as well. Oh.
Who, me? Nah, I'm chilling, bro.
My head.
You better not ask me.
No, you already answered his question.
I asked you. Yeah, it's fine. I don't like that question.
We can do that.
Safe space. It's safe space.
Mm-hmm.
What's a surprising pleasure that you have?
Who you asking it to?
Yeah. Something that you take pleasure in.
Honestly, playing golf.
Never thought you would?
Nah. Like when I was younger, if you told me like you're gonna stop playing ball and one day you'll pick up some golf clubs, it's just honestly one of those things just so free. You just you're essentially on a hole with 4 guys and 3 guys with yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say pause. But I didn't want to interrupt my dog. So but you were thinking it too, brother. When you looked at me just now, like, how you just said that?
Hold it in. Listen to me. I said it and I was like, nah, Mix.
I hear you. I hear you.
You're essentially playing this game with 3 other guys, and like it's like one of those things that's so like you're vulnerable. You could be vulnerable in this moment. You don't even know these people. You're drinking, might be smoking a little stogie or whatever. But like
smoking a what?
Cigar.
Oh, okay. That's what you guys call it on the golf.
Yeah, like they have nicknames.
You never heard?
I actually didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I thought you messed up the words.
No, it's called a stogie.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, like it's just one of those freeing things, and it's just like I don't know. I think also because I'm not good at it,
right?
It just brought me back to like when I was younger and just that hunger trying to be good at something. So I think it's something that this summer I was practicing. You know what I mean? I'd go to the golf course. I'd go to the simulator. I was doing it all. But it's something that just brought pleasure for me.
Since we're on that, show us how to interlock real quick. So, for the...
There's 2 different ways.
Show them.
2 different ways. So you could do the overlap or you can do the interlock.
See? You guys watch that, eh? Boy's a golfer. Now be careful.
That's dumb. It's too easy for you, so Steph.
What are some easy for him?
Yeah, because this is like what he preaches.
Okay.
What are some ways you practice self-care?
Oh boy. That's something I've definitely taken a lot more pride in, but that's something that's always been um something that's prominent within my life. I just even starting from high school, I used to go every week and a half, almost every 2 weeks, let's say, for a better judgment. But every 2 weeks, haircut, clockwork. Um, Tuesday, 10 o'clock spare, going to the barbershop, getting a haircut.
I remember time.
You know what I'm saying? Even then, moving on, even toward life, even just bro, going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the gym is a form of self care, but at the same token, it's like it's a nice release. Like there's so many things that there's so many things that helps me do, helps me take care of my health, helps me take care of um my mental stress, anything like that. So the gym is another one. Um, even manis and petties, brother.
Mm-hmm.
A couple relationships ago, I thought that was one of those things where it's like, yo, no man should be going over there getting no mani petty, bro. But at the same time,
That's good, bro. I'll
dog,
tell you, bro. It got expensive though, but it's good.
dog.
Mhm.
I'm saying,
Would you
so
say talking to the mandems one?
talking to the madam is definitely one. Um, I'm my close knit people, of course. I don't know how vulnerable we always get. I feel like we always stumble get to our women's struggles or our women problems because that's the phase of life that we're all in at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's single or damn near married or even just dating. But it's one of those things where I feel like talking to the man is definitely something on a daily, whether it's a group chat or it's just one of your one dog. So
Hear that?
I think my cards are. I think everybody should give a short little thing on it. It's what's the one thing you want to work on? I think that's for the room. I think
it's
One
a nice
thing I
way to
want
end
to
it too. I
work
like that
on.
one.
One thing I want to work on, I would say, is my discipline. And when I say discipline, I mean like doing what I say I'm gonna do. And like I find like it's so funny. I started doing the 75 hard challenge as a way to prove my discipline to myself. But I feel like I didn't even push myself out of my comfort zone with that enough in the sense that I already work out all the time. I already go to the gym. I already live that lifestyle. It's like I need to be disciplined in something that I'm not disciplined in. So I think for me, like one of those things was like women. I'll just be dating, talking to 3, 4, whoever, however many women all at once, and like letting that be such a distraction in my life. So now I have discipline. I'm so much better in that space.
Mhm.
Discipline with that, discipline with work, and even like me being a content creator, I don't treat it like a job necessarily in a way where it's like I have a system and I stick to the system. I kind of just do it how I feel,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like it's not to say that it hasn't worked for a bit, but it's like it's not serving me anymore. I live life too much like kind of like reacting, and I want to be disciplined and be proactive and like build something that works for me and set a goal and actually hit it rather than being like, oh, it's gonna happen one day because I just know. Nah, when you have discipline, the goals you have, they come to life. And it's like I actually want to be that person where it's like, yeah, Tychon's discipline. And I know in myself. Because to me, discipline is self-love. And the people who are most confident in themselves, it's because they know when they say they're gonna do something, they know they're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's confidence. If you say I'm gonna get a mill next year, you're saying that because you might not know exactly how you're gonna get it, but you know if you set a plan to get it, you're gonna get it. And that's where I want to be. So
put it in the air. I like that. Steph, you want to elaborate on that? One thing you want to work on?
Hmm.
You better not say curveball too.
Nah, I just feel like pinpointing one thing is tough. I have a couple, but I don't know how much, like where in the scale I would value them at. Because I know discipline is one as well. I feel like that's just as a man, saying all you have is your word, right? A lot of the time. So I feel like piggyback off what Deshaun said. There's a lot of the times where just I feel like me in my life when I say I'm going to do something, when it comes to work and different and certain areas, I'm that, right? Because I take those things seriously. But then within my own personal life, do I take them as seriously? No. Right? We had to talk about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes to just different things of me going to finding time to do things and scheduling them properly. I'm on a more like, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it, because it's not, you know, something that's going to affect me in the money making aspect or whatever aspect that I hold high. You know what I mean? So just saying that I'm going to do things, and, you know, we talked about some few tips and tricks where it's like, you know, even just writing them down or scheduling them in. So yeah, discipline would be one.
Big.
Yeah, you know. So discipline would definitely be one, but I feel like one thing I need to work on, again, watering the relationships I have around me, you know, because everybody pours into me, even though I just fall on the scapegoat of
Low maintenance, right?
being low maintenance, right?
How about you get to mid maintenance?
You know what I'm saying? Like I can definitely build upon that. You know what I'm saying? Just reaching out to people, checking on them and asking them, not always receiving the question of, are you good? Me, the one putting that question in the air, you know? So
hold on. Sorry to cut you out. You're always receiving it?
Always.
So you don't ask it back?
I do. But only after the question gets asked.
It's one of those. You
More
good?
times.
You good?
More times, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it really works. And I've been fortunate enough for people that have consistently done that for me, right? But at the same time, you just come to a realization sometimes, like, damn, you know. And it's not to say that I'm a shitty friend, because I can show up for whomever, whenever they ask, and I'm always one call away. You call me, I'll probably pick up the first ring. But
I'm gonna test
the effort. Yeah, go ahead. The effort.
It's gonna pop up a Terrell or a number.
Everybody is saved now.
You should have saw that go.
Yeah, man.
I think for me, having tough conversations, working in like the hospitality industry has like helped me. I think when it's like business, can always have the tough conversations. Depending on the relationship that I have with the person that I need to have a tough conversation with, I think sometimes I veer away from it, because in my head, I'm always like, they're going to take it wrong. I think I need to work on that, just because I think for me, sometimes I'm allowing emotions to continue to bottle up. And sometimes it's as simple as just, hey, this is what's bothering me, and we could fix it. But I think I really just put in my head, yeah, it's not gonna go a good way. So I think that's something.
So you're saying when it comes to business, you don't have a problem.
I have no issue.
So it's the people
if I had to fire somebody, as much as I wouldn't want to do it, I'm able to have that tough conversation, or tell somebody like, hey, you're not doing what you need to be able to do.
Because you understand it's business.
And you're not emotionally attached to them.
That's what it is. I think it's because I'm not emotionally attached to it.
But the people you love, it's harder to have those conversations with.
I find it's harder with me because
of the
you just never know how this conversation is going to go, in the sense that I may say how I feel, and then I might now lose this person, or lose.
You care how it will come back.
Yeah, I might now lose this relationship. And trust me, like, I'll be in my head a million times, saying it in my head, okay, this is what I'm going to say, this is what I'm going to say. And then when I go to open my mouth, it just won't come out. So I think that's one thing that I really want to work on. Like, I've been very conscious of it lately, like, something's bothering me. But I think it's the deeper things where it's like I really got to get into and just kind of be better at.
I like that question being the last one. Well, I know on my behalf, I appreciate you guys coming in, as you know, especially for the first episode. This was amazing. It went a lot smoother, a lot better than I thought it could have, and I had high hopes, and it definitely superseded that.
This is a good talk, bro.
You know,
I was really blessed. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for pulling up. We actually did it, and I think these type of conversations are the ones we need to be having. So you already know. Do your little YouTube thing.
Before you guys go on, do you guys valet park in here? Or I guess not. All right.
I'm wrapping you niggas up. My green pea just ended. I hear you.
That's all about this. Yeah.
Nah, I think it's done at 9. Right? Anyway. You know, we'll see you guys again soon. Stay tuned. Got more to come. Way more topics to talk about. We're excited, you know.
I just want to give a shout out to my company, TDT Security, Threat Defense Team. If you guys need any of your security purposes, Don't be afraid to holler at us.
That point was serious.
Yeah, you guys need security. I got you guys, you know? There's a door right there. You never know who could come through that.
It's not a door.
All right.
Yeah.
Just stay tuned. We got some events coming up, and we do some big things for the mental health space, for the men's, for the youth. We're doing some things, man.
I like that. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up episode 1 of He's a Guy podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. More to come. Stay tuned.